we are going to be checking out the brand new mini helicopter on a dusty trip. Let's get right into this. So in their newest update, they went ahead and added the Demolition Derby right over here. And if you go ahead and jump right into it, we will see this person right over here, which this person offers quests. So he offers 3 quests every 24 hours. And each quest that you complete, it looks like it gives you 15 Derby coins. And then you can go ahead and spend those Derby coins on these rewards right here, which you have the option to get the Minicopter right over here for 300 Derby coins, which that may seem like quite a bit, but I believe that's only like a week of doing these quests, so it shouldn't be too hard. It is going to take quite some time because of course it's like 7 days, which is a week, but overall it looks like completing these quests aren't too hard. And of course we have the option to buy them with Robux, which I already went ahead and bought all of these things, so let's go and check them out. So let's just head back over to the lobby. Also, by the way, I believe there is no confirmation screen once you do buy it, so once you click the purchase button, nothing pops up, but it will pop up in your garage. Here it is right here. This is the Minicopter, and this thing is absolutely tiny. Like, here's the regular helicopter right here. This is the one that I own, and as you can see, it's massive. And then if you go back over to this one, super small. But anyway, we are going to be comparing both of these helicopters. So I have my main account right here, and then I have my alt account. So we have the big helicopter equipped on my main account, and then the small one on my alt account, so we can go ahead and compare them. And if you run out here, as we can see, the big one is on the helipad, and then the small one is just right over here. Also, I did test it out for like 2 minutes earlier today, and even if you only equip this small helicopter right here, it still doesn't spawn on the helipad, which is actually quite good, because if y'all don't know, I believe you can only have one of these helicopters at a time. So if I equip this giant helicopter right here on my main account and on my alt account, still only one of them will spawn in the game. But since this mini helicopter spawns over here, I believe if I equip it both on my main account and my alt account, 2 of these helicopters should spawn in like side by side, so that is actually a good thing. But anyway, let's go ahead and fuel both of them up and let's test them out. So we're only gonna put 4 liters of gas in each of them, and we're gonna see which one uses more gas and also which one can go faster. So let's go and start off with the big helicopter. So we're only gonna be flying to 500 meters and back. So anyway, let's hop in here. There we go. Let's turn this on. So for both of them, it's R to turn them on, and you gotta wait a few seconds for it to actually speed up, and then you can use E to go up and then Q to go down. But anyway, let's go up, and now let's go and start flying. So this helicopter right here maxes out at 100 kilometers per hour. But anyway, we're just going to 500 meters and back for a total of 1000 meters, and then we'll go and check the gas and see how much gas it uses. There we go. We hit 500 meters, so let's go and turn around, and now let's go and fly all the way back. Anyway, we made it back to spawn, so let's go and turn it off, and now let's hop out, and now let's check the gas tank over here. So that used 0.5 liters, so only used 0.5 liters in a 1000 meter challenge, so I would say that's pretty good for this one over there. But anyway, let's go and check out this one. So we gotta sit in the back seat to actually drive it. Let's click R to turn it on, and now we have to wait a few seconds for it to speed up, and now let's go and start flying, and there we go. So let's go ahead and go forward, and so far I can already tell that this is so much slower. Like, it's actually going surprisingly slow, which is super bad. Also, whenever we get back, I want to test it with my alt account in the front seat, because I feel like if a player is sitting in the front seat right there, then it is going to be pretty difficult to see. But anyway, we're doing the same challenge, 500 meters and back. But yeah, this helicopter right here is insanely slow. Like, any car in the game is faster than this car right here. Even like the worst car that you can think of is probably faster than this helicopter, because we are going insanely slow. I can't think of a single car that would be slower than this helicopter right here, unless you completely remove the engine from the car, because yeah, this is just terrible. Anyway, we reached 500 meters, so let's go ahead and turn around. I'm really hoping that this thing right here barely uses any gas, because it's already terrible with how slow it is. So if it drains your gas as well, that would make it even worse. But anyway, let's go and land it. Let's turn it off, and now let's go and check it. So let's go all the way to back, and here it is right here. So 3.2. All right, that's actually not too bad. It used 0.8 liters in a 1000 meter challenge, so the gas consumption isn't too bad. I mean, it could be better, but this 9 liters gas right here should get you to the 5000 meter checkpoint, and then at the 5000 meter checkpoint, you can just fuel up with those 2 canisters of gas that spawn there, and then you can use that gas to go ahead and drive all the way to the 15,000 meter checkpoint. And from there, there's like 10 canisters of gas that each have like 6.9 liters of gas each, so gas shouldn't really be too much of a problem for this helicopter. We're now in a new game, and we're now in the planes map, because I actually want to test out one thing on it, because I want to test out attaching the van to the helicopter, and then maybe we could land the helicopter on top of the van and then just use it to fly over checkpoints, such as the 5000 meter checkpoint on the plains map, which is the river. Instead of wasting like 3 liters of gas to go ahead and fill up the thing, we could just use our helicopter right here to fly our van over the bridge without having to even cross it. So there we go. Let's go ahead and close that. Now we're gonna go ahead and hop on it, and we're just gonna go ahead and fly right over there. We do still need to build the van though, so then we can go ahead and set this up top. But basically, we're gonna use the rope gun to attach both of these, which I just realized whenever you click Q while sitting down, it goes down and zooms you you in at the same time, which is actually quite annoying. I don't think it did that on the desert map, but it looks like it is doing it on the plains map, which does really sting because it makes going down a lot harder. But pretty much we're just gonna go ahead and build the van all the way. We now went ahead and built the van all the way, so let's go and sit down, close the door, and now we're just gonna go ahead and drive it out here. Also, by the way, you are able to do the same thing on the desert map, but I'm just gonna use it on the plains map because it does make a lot more sense. Anyway, before we go and pull out the rope gun, let's hop on here and let's actually fly it on top of the van. So there we go. While it's warming up, let's make sure that we do remove all of this stuff because we are gonna use the rope gun to attach it to the van, so we want to make sure nothing is in the way. So there we go. Let's go and fly up top, and as you can see, we go down and zoom in at the same time, which is really annoying because it makes it so much harder to attach it. So there we go. We're just gonna sit up top. Now let's go and turn it off. So there we go. I believe it's turning off right now, and now we're just gonna pull out the rope gun. If y'all don't know how to get this, basically you're able to get at the 20,000 meter checkpoint on the desert map, which I made a whole video on how to get it, so you can always go and check that out. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and shoot the helicopter once, and now we gotta go ahead and aim at the top of the van. So right there, I think I attached it to the helicopter, so we'll just go and attach another one. There's no reason not to. So there we go. Let's shoot it right there, and now let's make sure that is attached to the van, and I believe it is. So yep, it's definitely attached to the van. Now we can just toss this back in our backpack, and then we could just save it for later. So there we go. Now that it's attached to the van, and now that it's also setting on top of it, we can just go and drive the van. So we could just continue our run like normal, and also we can do this for pretty much every car. Not all of them, such as we can't really do this with the ATV because we can't really put the helicopter on top of the ATV, but pretty much any other car we are able to do this. So anyway, we can just drive like normal. Also, we don't have to worry about it falling off because since we use the rope gun to attach it to our car, even if it falls off, our car will still drag it. But I would recommend trying to have it not fall off though, because I already tested this for a couple minutes earlier just to make sure that it worked. And basically if it falls off and your car starts dragging it, it does slow down your car. But as long as it's on top of the car, it shouldn't slow it down at all. But anyway, let's just go and drive all the way to the 5,000 meter checkpoint. The helicopter just fell off of the van, and as you can see, we are still dragging it. It's kind of hard to see right now, but you can easily see it whenever we turn. So we are now dragging it, and if you go and look at our speed, it did slow down quite a bit. Such as we were going 120, but now we're just going like 50 right now since we are dragging it. We could fix it and just put it on top of our van, which I actually think I am gonna do that. So let's go and stop it real quick. Now let's hop out and let's put it on top of our van. So doing this isn't very realistic though, and alright, well I guess we just picked it up, and I think it is actually glitched. Anyway, let's land down, and there we go, we got it unstuck. Well, the front of it is still kind of stuck. I think that's actually the rope, and that's why it's like that. But anyway, we can just carry the van like this, which that's why we use the rope gun, just to easily attach it. And basically we can do this just to go ahead and carry it over the 5,000 meter checkpoint. I wouldn't really recommend doing it, but anyway, you can use this method to fly over all the checkpoints. Once again, it's not really the best because it does slow your car down if it falls off, and it will probably be faster just to do the checkpoint normally rather than fly over like this. So yeah, so this helicopter definitely isn't good at all. I still would recommend getting it because maybe there will be a few glitches that we can use it for later on, but right now it's just not good, and I wouldn't really recommend using it in a game. So yeah, I wouldn't really recommend it. It is still pretty cool. Definitely not as good as the regular helicopter. The regular helicopter goes like twice as fast as it. But overall, I wouldn't really recommend using either helicopter because both helicopters are bad. But anyway, I'll go ahead and make a video later on showing off the other two cars that we could have gotten as well and seeing if they are better than this helicopter right here. But anyway, that is going to be all for this video though. So make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I will see you all in the next video.